Hello, Boris. Hello, Helga. Good day, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino. Brandon's here.
How you doing?
Like usual, Brandon doesn't get a nickname. He hasn't been here enough.
Not yet. I'm working my course.
Okay, guys. Okay, this just is not acceptable. You, down. You, I love you.
There's too much love for this video here. We got
Okay. So what we're drinking today is right here. This is from the Kame and Kettle. Oh, they're both attacking them. Guys!
Must have done something right.
It's from the Kame and Kettle. This is the Rhinos Red Beard.
A little collaboration between you and Redbeard, I see.
Yes, me and Redbeard did this. My recipe, Redbeard was taught how to brew through Kyle at the Kame and Kettle. We ended up doing 3 hop additions to this. We were using a new hop to me and Kyle. We both looked it up online because he had a bunch of it. We're like, oh, that sounds really good. Then we brewed with it. We tried it. It didn't taste the way we wanted it. So we dry hopped it. Tasted it. Didn't taste the way we wanted it. So we dry hopped it again. And now it's here. Apparently it sold out in like 3 days. So
and that's why you liked it that much more, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't tried it, but I like it just because people bought it. Oh, bore.
Oh God.
So 5% alcohol, which is pretty much the alcohol percentage they look for over there. There you are, sir.
Why, thank you.
I have hard water, leave it alone.
Quite gracious of you.
Yes, Boris, yes. I know that. Cheers.
This is a good start. I love it.
Helga. And Boris likes it.
Don't pay your dues there, Helga. It's good for you.
Alrighty, so I wasn't intending to spill that, but you know, as I watched her knock my beer over, I spilled. That's awesome. Yeah, it's the color I wanted it to be. It was actually a lot more brown when we brewed it. We were worried it wasn't going to come out red, but that is what you want.
You know, it almost reminds me actually of the barking squirrel when it first came out.
It's a beautiful color. I didn't expect it to be that.
It's a nice full amber.
Yep.
Hazy.
Tiny bit of hazy. Yeah,
Yep.
It's not hazy crazy, but it's hazy. Nice strong head.
Beautiful. Well, I'm eager to try this, sir.
Okay, well, out of the glass, and then I'm just getting that biscuitiness, that roastiness. Usual malts from a red ale. Out of the can, I get a little bit of the fruitiness that we were hoping for with the hops we put in here.
And what were those new hops? They're the
they were whole melon.
Whole melon.
Yeah, so they were supposed to add a bunch of berry and melon flavors. Yeah, let's try it, sir.
Slangers. Not offensive at all.
No. And I think that third hop addition was what was needed because there is that little bit of berry and a little bit of melon flavor in the back end.
Absolutely. You know,
Not overpowering, but it's there.
No, and you know what? For somebody that doesn't know how to pull flavors out with their palate or whatnot, this is they wouldn't foresee that it would be melon or berry, but I can definitely see that coming through.
So you get that nice caramel, you get that nice biscuitiness, you get that nice roastiness, all the things you're supposed to get with an Irish red, which is what we were hoping for. We did run out of the special biscuit, and we were using different malts. This beer actually, we made our recipe, and we had to do 3 or 4 different substitutions for it because things were out and this and that. We thought they were there and they weren't. And we ran out of Maris Otter, so we had to use 2-row. We ran out of biscuits, so we had to use some other stuff. We ran out of chocolate. So.
Well, making do with what you got, you made something that's not too bad, and it's hitting the spot there, Chad.
Yeah. And it has that nice little bitter backbone, but not overly bitter. I mean,
just a bit, just to keep it interesting in a sense.
And it's mixing with almost a coffee flavor back there.
I would say so too. You got that dark nuttiness, that biscuit, like you said. Yeah. It's very, very smooth. Goes down very smooth.
The dogs enjoyed it.
Just that tad bit of bitterness that the Rhino was saying of the coffee.
I really like this.
I don't mind it. It's not offensive one bit. And neither are the poochies, but they're giving me more kisses than I've had from females in the past year, so that's the problem that I'm getting right now.
Yeah, they've given me that too.
That's okay, I'm not complaining too much.
Helga.
Right in the ear, you know where I get. Come on now. Yeah, that's good. You know what? I was interested when we were talking about the melon hops, it being what do you say, a new thing and whatnot. It's not heard of that much.
No, it hasn't been used all that much. After we looked it up online, it did say you have to use a shitload of them.
Okay.
So we didn't know that going in. And I don't know if I'd really want to use a shitload of them. Like, again, this has been dry hopped twice, once at 1 week, once at 2 weeks. Dry hops would have sat in it for about 4 weeks before it was kegged. That bitterness isn't overpowering, and if I used a whole bunch more of them, it might just be.
Yeah, you think so? What would you done differently if you were to do this again? Put more in the first stage?
Instead of well, first put
Maybe
more
less.
whole melon in, but instead of using like Centennial and stuff like that as the back bittering, I would have just used Mosaic or something to add a little bit more fruitiness. Helks, leave them alone.
Got a new boyfriend here, Helga.
Oh, good girl.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah.
They sold out of this one pretty quick from what I'm understanding. That good old Kame and Kettle in Fonthill there.
Hold up.
And if it might not be your favorite there, Rhino, it certainly is some people's favorite that ventured over to the Kame and Kettle.
Yeah, I like it.
that we got.
I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. But I can drink it all the time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no offensiveness. There's nothing like that. If I was to give it a rating, I'd probably give it an 8 because it's a solid beer. I could drink it all the time. I would buy it. I'm just unhappy with it. But I think you always judge your own beers harshly.
Oh, absolutely, and you should. You know, seeking excellence, you have to be true to yourself and not sugarcoat anything. For this, I'd give this a solid, say 8.4, just getting around what you're saying there on an Irish red mark. That's just one of the better reds I've had in a little while. But
And I mean, not to break into what you're saying there, but when I was doing a hoppy red, I didn't want it to be like an American red. You know how they're all piney and everything like that.
Exactly.
That's what I didn't want it to be. I wanted it to still showcase the Irishness to the red.
Yep.
And I think that worked out.
You know what? Clean to it and straight to it. That is true to the form of style of beer that you tried to make here, and I think you succeeded.
Alrighty, you two. Helga says goodbye.
Boris, what do you say? Boris says goodbye.
Rhino, 848. Rhino's Red Beard. I have a can of it sitting in a box in the other room that I'm going to send out on Monday to Redbeard. So that'll be good. Thank you guys. Mwah. Bye.
Thank you.